Good morning, children. Sai Ram. I welcome you all to the online class of economics. Children, today I again going to continue the same chapter, that is chapter number 3rd, and the name of our chapter is Consumers Equilibrium under Utility Analysis Approach. Children, this is the second video of this chapter, and in the previous video we have finished up with some of the important topics of this chapter. We have learned who is a consumer, the concept of utility, measurement of utility, that is cardinal and ordinal approach, concept of total utility and marginal utility. This was a topic what we have finished up in the last video. Now today we are going to start with the further topics. We are going to learn today the law of diminishing marginal utility, concept of consumers equilibrium, marginal utility analysis and consumers equilibrium, and at last we are going to learn the basic limitations of utility analysis. So children, let us start with the first topic, law of diminishing marginal utility. Children, this is one of the most important law of utility analysis. This law states that as the consumer consumes more and more units of the commodity, then marginal utility derives from every additional units goes on diminishing. A stage came when marginal utility becomes zero, and at this point total utility becomes maximum. So it is the stage, it is the point of saturations where the total utility is maximum and marginal utility is zero. It means this is a place where the consumer will be fully satisfied from the consumption of these commodities, and if the consumer wants to go beyond this stage, or you can say if the consumer wants to consume one more unit of the commodity, then whatever the satisfaction he derives becomes negative, and marginal utility becomes negative and total utility falls. It means if the consumer wants to go beyond this stage, then marginal utility becomes zero and total utility becomes maximum. So if the consumer consumes beyond this stage, the marginal utility becomes negative, because in the previous units of the consumption marginal utility becomes zero, and if again the consumer consumes next more unit of the commodity, then the satisfactions can be converted into a dissatisfaction, and that is why the marginal utility becomes negative and total utility falls. It means a consumer starts getting disutility, that is dissatisfaction, instead of getting satisfaction. Children, we all very well know that a consumer is a rational being. He is a knowledgeable person. He wants to maximize his satisfaction. The objective of the consumer is to maximize his satisfaction. Once a consumer satisfaction is maximized, and from the consumption of next unit of commodity is getting dissatisfaction, so he does not wants to consume the next unit of the commodity. He stop, or he end up his consumption up to that particular unit. So a consumer, as I just said, is a rational being. He would not like to go beyond the zero level of marginal utility. So this is called a law of diminishing marginal utility. So here children, you just see on x-axis we are plotted on the units of the commodity, and on y-axis we are plotting here the marginal utility. Since a consumer is continue in consuming the units of the commodity, then the marginal utility curve is going down, and it reaches at a place at x-axis where it is zero, and obviously the total utility will be maximum. So if it is going beyond the zero level of marginal utility, then the satisfaction can be converted into the dissatisfaction, and instead of getting the utility is getting disutility from the consumption of the additional unit of commodity. So this is the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now this law we can better understood with this schedule. Children, here I have taken the utility in terms of units, we are going to consume glass of waters, and we are deriving the total utility as well as the marginal utility. So when the first glass of water has been consumed, a consumer is getting 20 utils of marginal utility, and the total utility again is same. So when the second unit of glass is consumed, this time his marginal utility falls and he is getting only 12 utils of satisfaction. At third glass of water is getting 8 utils. At fourth glass is getting 2 utils of satisfaction, and at fifth unit of the commodity, children just see, is getting 0 unit of satisfaction. It means a consumer is getting a 0 unit of marginal utility at the fifth unit of glass. So if a consumer is trying to consume the next unit, so this marginal utility, instead of be positive, it becomes negative. Now this time is getting minus 3 satisfaction from the consumption of the sixth unit of glass of water. So this is a law of diminishing marginal utility. So children, let's see, from the above table it is clear that in the given span of time, the first glass of water to a thirsty man gives 20 units of utility. When he takes the second glass of water, the marginal utility goes down to 12 units, and so on. So when he again continue consuming the fifth glass of water, the marginal utility drops down up to the 0 level, and if the consumption of water is forced again for further from this point, then the utility changes into this utility, that is minus 3. This is a schedule which expresses the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now we can draw up in one diagram. So here it is a curve, it is a diagram of law of diminishing marginal utility. So the units we are going to plot it on the x-axis, whereas the marginal utility, what a consumer gets from the consumption of an additional unit of glass, we are plotted on the y-axis. So children, simply you can see that at first unit the marginal utility is 20. This is the initial utility what the consumer gets. Now as soon as the further units of commodity has been consumed, at every unit the marginal utility falls, and this marginal utility curve is going down. It reach at the x-axis where the marginal utility becomes 0, and again if it is continue with the sixth unit of glass, then it is becomes negative and the marginal utility curve goes down the x-axis. So this is the concept of diminishing marginal utility. Now children, let us learn the next topic, that is consumer's equilibrium. So children, what is consumer's equilibrium? Consumer's equilibrium refers to the situation when a consumer spends his entire income on purchase of goods in such a manner that gives him maximum satisfaction, and he has no tendency to change it. So if we talking about the consumer's equilibrium's definition under the cardinal utility approach, the definition is the consumer equilibrium means a situation when a consumer spends his given limited income on the purchase of a commodity in such a way that gives him maximum utility, I mean the maximum satisfaction, and he feels no urge to change. So this equilibrium point is a point of rest because it does not want that consumers consumes less or more than that. I mean, whatever the consumption is doing, the consumption will be reached up to the point where he is getting fully satisfied, whereas neither the less units have been consumed nor the more units have been consumed. So a consumer attain his equilibrium when he maximizes total utility given his income, consumption, expenditure, and prices of the commodity he consumes. Now let us move further, children. Um, the consumer's equilibrium. Children, let me introduce you the consumer's equilibrium. We can find out the concept of consumer's equilibrium in two approaches. The first one is when the single commodity is being consumed. I mean, when the consumer is consuming only one commodity, we can also find this consumer's equilibrium point. And when the consumer consumes two or more commodities. So let us learn first when consumer consumes a single commodity case. So as I just said, a consumer's equilibrium in purchase of single good or in a single commodity is attained when the marginal utility in terms of money is equals to price paid of the commodity. That is marginal utility of a product divided by marginal utility of a rupee. So children, when the marginal utility is divided with the price of one util is equal to how much rupee, when we divide this marginal utility, we get marginal utility in terms of money, and we can put this value in front of the price paid for the commodity. And if both the values are equal with each other, there where the values are equal with each other, there will be the equilibrium point. So a consumer while consuming goods will compare its price cost with the expected utility benefits. He will buy the goods if the benefit derived in form of utility is greater than or at least equal to its price. So this is the way how we can convert the marginal utility in terms of money. I would again explaining you when if you want to find out the marginal utility in terms of money, we have to divide the marginal utilities of a commodity in terms of utils with the marginal utility of 1 rupee. I mean, in 1 rupee, how much of utility can be achieved. So the condition of the consumer's equilibrium in single commodity case, as I just explained you, is when MUX is divided by PX is equals to MUM. Means when the marginal utility in terms of money is equals to the price paid of the commodity, where MUX is the marginal utility of product X, PX is the price of good X, and MUM is marginal utility in terms of money. Children, when I have explained you this concept, I mean in the previous video, I have explained you that the marginal utility is measured in terms of utils and in terms of money. Benham was a person, he was a renowned economist who has given the concept, the measurement unit of utility in utils as well as in terms of money. It means that the marginal utility we can express in utils also, and we can express in the money also. So marginal utility of 1 rupee is defined. I mean, we can write the marginal utility in terms of money as MUM. So what is MUM? Marginal utility of a rupee or marginal utility of money is defined as an additional utility when an additional rupee is spent on purchase of commodity. For example, here children, we have taken that marginal utility of 1 rupee is 2 utils. It means that from the consumption of any commodity, if a consumer is getting certain marginal utility in terms of utils, then every from the 2 utils a consumer is getting a 1 rupee of satisfaction. Suppose if a consumer is getting 10 utils of satisfactions and the marginal utility of 1 rupee is equals to 2 utils, then it means that from every 2 utils from the consumption of every 2 utils, a consumer is getting a satisfaction of 1 rupee. So if it is the 10 utils being consumed, then 10 divided by 2 is equals to 5. So marginal utility in terms of util is 10, whereas marginal utility in terms of money becomes 5. So consumer will consume up to the 4 units of oranges to attain the equilibrium position. Now with this question, children, let us see here the consumer is consuming some of the units of oranges like when first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth units has been consumed. The marginal utility of orange in utils is given is 10. So as I just said, from every 2 utils, the marginal utility of 1 rupee can be converted, can be achieved. So if 10 utils a consumer gets from the consumption of one utils, then 1 unit, then 10 divided by 2, it means the marginal utility in terms of money becomes 5 from the consumption of 1 unit of the commodity, whereas price we have taken is 1 of each orange. So when the second unit is consumed, this time is getting 8 utils of satisfaction. Why it is getting down? It applies here the law of diminishing marginal utility. As I have previously explained you, when a consumer is getting consumption of when is a consumer continue the consumption of units of the commodity, then the marginal utility declines from the consumption of every additional utility. Now since if at the second unit his marginal utility is 8 in terms of utils, we can convert into in terms of money. So 8 divided by 2, it becomes 4, whereas the price is same. So it at third unit it is 5, so 5 divided by 2 and a half, 2, it is 2 and a half, and the price is 1. So here children just see, this will be continue to convert the marginal utility in terms of money. Now see the observation points, children. At the first unit of a commodity, a consumer is paying 1 rupee and he is getting up to 5 rupees of satisfaction. Now this 5 rupees is what? It is the marginal utility in terms of money. It's showing here that a consumer had paid 1 rupee for orange and he is getting 5 rupees of satisfaction. So it means a consumer is again in a profit of rupees 5 for rupees 4. So if there is a profit, he is again keep on consuming the commodities. Now when he's consumed the second units of oranges, this time the marginal utility in terms of money declines from 5 to 4, but still it is greater than the price paid for the commodity, that is 1. It means here a consumer is again getting a profit of 3 rupees. Now it is a normal tendency, as a consumer is getting profit from the consumption of or from the purchasing of any commodity, then he keep on buying the commodities until unless the profit becomes 0 or it is become equal to the price paid for the commodity. So when the third unit is being consumed, now this time his satisfaction in terms of money declines from 4 to 2.5, but still it is greater than the price paid. So when the fourth unit is been consumed, this time the marginal utility becomes 1 and the price for the commodity is again 1. It means the marginal utility in terms of money, that is 1, is equal to the price paid of the commodity equals to 1. So a consumer is in equilibrium at fourth unit of a commodity, because because here the marginal utility in terms of money is equals to price paid for the commodity. It means the marginal utility in terms of money is 1 is equals to price paid for the commodity is equals to 1. So a consumer will consume up to the fourth unit of the commodity, because here MUX upon PX is equals to MUM. And if he is consuming the fifth unit of a commodity, he is getting only 0.50. It means 50 paise of satisfaction he is getting from the consumption of fifth unit, but he is paying for 1 rupee. Now see, if he is paying 1 rupee and he is getting a satisfaction of only half or only for 50 paise, he is in loss, and he cannot go beyond from the fourth unit of the commodity, because in this time when he is consumed the fifth unit, he is getting loss of 50 paise. And as I just said, a consumer is a rational being. He does not wants to achieve dissatisfactions, as he would like to go he would like to maximize his satisfaction. So his satisfaction will be maximized up to the fourth unit, because this is a point when the consumer is getting the maximum satisfaction. Now here up to the fourth unit, his satisfaction is equals to the price paid of the commodity. So this is a equilibrium point, a fourth unit. I hope children this concept is understood now. Now let us move to the next topic. This is again a schedule I have taken here. The quantity of good eggs I have taken, that is 1 2 3 4 5. The price I have taken is 5. Children, always understood, we take fixed price. I mean the price of the commodities will remain same if you want to consume the n units of the commodity. I mean whatever the price is for first unit, it will remain same for the next or subsequent units. It does not decline when the number of units remain consumed more and more. So this is the logic what we are going to take, assumptions we are going to take here. And the marginal utility in terms of rupees given here. Now children, you do not need to convert the marginal utility in terms of utils into the price. It is already given to you in the question. So here automatically children, the price is given as well as the marginal utility in terms of money is also given. Now you have to compare wherever the marginal utility in terms of money is equal to the price paid of the commodity, there the consumer will be at equilibrium position. Now children, at first unit is getting 8 utils of satisfaction, 8 rupees of satisfaction by paying rupees only 5. He is again in a profit of rupees 3. At second unit he is paying again 5 rupees, but the satisfaction this time he is achieving of 6, which is more than the price paid of the commodity. At third unit, the price paid for the commodity, that additional commodity, is again 5, and this time his satisfaction decline in terms of rupee from 6 to 5. And at fourth unit the price paid is 5, but the satisfaction derived is only 4. It means a consumer will consume up to the third unit of a commodity because the price of the commodity is equal to the marginal utility in terms of money. So the consumption of the commodities will be up to the third unit. This is the graphical representation, children. The quantities we are going to plot it on the x-axis, and the marginal utility in terms of money as well as price we are plotting on the y-axis. So children, as you all know, the marginal utility in terms of money is maximum up to 5. So we can plot it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 on y-axis, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 the number of units on x-axis. When we pointing out the marginal utility in terms of money, you are observing here that the marginal utility curve is going down, and the price is obviously autonomous, or it is the same at every unit of the commodity. That is why the price is horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis. Now you are better observing here, children. See the point here. The marginal utility in terms of money is touching the price curve at this point. So this is a point where point where consumer is getting maximum satisfaction, and it is when we are going to join this point in the x-axis as well as in the y-axis, we are going to understand that this is the number of units where the consumer should consume, and this is the price where the consumer this is the marginal utility what a consumer is getting from the consumption of these units, and both these curves are meeting with each other at a point. So this is a marginal utility in terms of money and the consumer's equilibrium point. So what we understand here, children, now how consumer's equilibrium can be attained in a single commodity case. As we have already understood this concept, now again we are going to see some of the important points. Now since a consumer with the consumption of single commodity case can attain an equilibrium position when the following conditions are satisfied. Now what is the first condition? The price of the commodity. A consumer should paying the price for a commodity. Now second important point, marginal utility of the commodity. I mean the marginal utility also we could have, which we could convert it into in terms of money. And third, children, marginal utility of money assumed to be constant. This are the things what we needed for attaining or achieving the consumer's equilibrium point. So children, the consumer's equilibrium point can be achieved when marginal utility in terms of money, and in short we can call MUM, is equal to price paid for the commodity, that is MUX equals to PX. When these points will be equal to each other, then a consumer will strike an equilibrium position. Now here again we are going to take one numericals. Following is the utility schedule of a consumer, and the number of units consumed is 1 2 3 4 5 6, whereas the marginal utility in terms of rupees 50 40 30 20 10. Suppose the commodity is sold for rupees 4. I mean here the price of the commodity is 4 rupees per unit and marginal utility of rupees 5 utils. Now here the marginal utility of a rupee is 5 utils. It means that from the consumption of 5 utils of a commodity, a consumer is getting a satisfaction of 1 rupee. It means every 5 utils is equal to 1 rupee. Now we have to find out how much unit of the commodity will the consumer purchase to maximize his satisfaction. Now we have to find out the equilibrium units, the equilibrium point of the consumer. So children, as such we have given these values. We are going to find out first the marginal utility in terms of money. Children, here it is saying that from every 5 utils a consumer is getting 1 rupee of satisfaction. It means MUM is equal to 5 rupee, and we know that marginal utility in terms of utils can be converted into money when MUX divided by MUM. So now see the table, children. The units are consumed, that is 1 2 3 4 5, whereas the price is 4. It is remains same at every unit of the commodity, as I just said. Now the marginal utility is 50, 40 30 20 10. So children, we have to convert the marginal utility in terms of utils into the marginal utility in terms of money, and once we get the value of marginal utility in terms of money, we will compare it with the price paid for the commodity, and wherever at any unit when both the values are equal with each other, that is the units what the consumer has to consume, and it is a point of consumer's equilibrium. So 50 divided by 4 as 50 divided by 5 is the utils, the converting utils, by which the 5 utils is equal to 1 rupee. Now suppose if from the consumption of first unit, if a consumer is getting 50 utils of satisfaction, and if we are going to convert into in terms of rupee, then we have a conversion scale that from every 5 utils of commodity we are getting 1 rupee of satisfaction. That is why 50 divided by 5 is equals to 10 utils, and 40 divided by 5 at second unit is 8, and 30 divided by 5 is 6 at third unit, and 20 divided by 5 is 4 at fourth unit, and 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2 utils. Now we have the marginal utility in terms of money, that is 10 8 6 4 2, and price is 4, that is common in every units of the commodity. Now when we compare this prices and the marginal utility in terms of money, at first unit the marginal utility in terms of money is 8, whereas the price paid for the commodity is 4. It means it means by paying 4 rupees is getting 8 rupees of satisfaction. Now the consumer is in profit, it is in gaining position. That is why he is consuming the next commodity. When he consumes the next commodity, this time the marginal utility, I mean the satisfaction in terms of money goes down from 8 to 6, but it is still more than the price paid of the commodity, that is 4 rupees. Now this time he is getting a satisfaction of 2 rupees more than what he is paying. Now at the third unit, the marginal utility in terms of money is 4, whereas the price paid for the commodity is again 4. It means whatever the amount is paying, the marginal utility in terms of money is equal with the price paid of the commodity. So this is the situation where MUX upon PX is equals to MUM. I mean where 20 divided by 5 is equals to 4. When 20 divided by 5, it becomes 4, and 4 is equals to 4. So this is the way how we are going to find out the consumer's equilibrium point. Now children, with this explanation we are understood that consumers will purchase up to the fourth unit of the commodity, because at fourth unit marginal utility in terms of money is equals to the price paid of the commodity, that is 4 is equals to 4. Now let us plot it into a graph. Children, see the graph. The graph is again same. On the units of goods we have plotted on x-axis, whereas the price and the marginal utility in terms of money we have plotted on the y-axis. Children, you are observing here the marginal utility in terms of money curve is going down from y-axis to x-axis, whereas the price curve remains same at every unit of a commodity. That is why it is horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis. Now both this marginal utility in terms of money curve as well as the price curve intersecting at the point E, and this is a point where marginal utility in terms of money is equals to price paid of the commodity. So this is the way how we are going to find out the consumer's equilibrium point, and we can draw it in a diagram also. Now children, there is some observation we need to be understood. Like marginal utility in terms of money is equals to price paid for the commodity. This is the equilibrium position which has to be as certain while calculating the equilibrium point. Now what happens children, if the consumption of commodity X, if MUX upon PX is greater than MUM, it means if a consumer is getting more satisfaction in terms of money from the price paid of the commodity, so this is a point where the satisfaction is more than the price paid of the commodity. So if this point avails, then the consumer keep on continuing the commodity up to the unit where the price becomes equal to the marginal utility becomes equal to the price paid for the commodity. And if MUX upon and children, if MUX upon PX is less than MUM, it means when the marginal utility is lesser than the price paid for the commodity, it means the consumer is getting less satisfaction for what he is paying. So in such a condition, a consumer can avail a loss which is not it's not in a condition for the consumers to attain. So children, this is the way how the concept of consumers equilibrium in single commodity case can be understood. So I hope the concept of consumers equilibrium is well understood to you now. So children, so far what we have understood: first, the concept of law of diminishing marginal utility, therefore consumers equilibrium in single commodity case. We have understood with the definition the conditions of attaining the equilibrium position in single commodity case, and thereafter we have taken two schedules and two diagrams, the two numericals, by which we could better understood the concept of consumers equilibrium. So I hope it will well understood to you, and if there is any query, kindly comment and ask the questions if it is any. So children, thank you so much for watching and have a nice day. Thank you, Saira.